Hi there, Mac here, my 387th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you a review for Invincible Volume 3 by Robert Kirkman. And this collects Invincible Comics numbers 18 to 19, as well as the Image Comics Summer Special. Not quite sure which summer, but because of some funky cover art like that. Only features this guy though, so presumably it was a 4-part summer thing. And so this continues the Invincible adventure. I had been watching the show as well as reading these. However, I think I've done episode 5, and although one significant thing hasn't happened in the show, it has already happened in the book, and then things started happening which haven't happened in the books. So I've stopped watching that for the time being, just so the books can catch up. Like I say, having finished this one, where we have the trip to Mars, we have the thing with Machine Head, and this one, young Mark is trying to deal with the revelations about his father and the fallout from that. He's struggling to balance his school life, his superhero life, and his life with a girlfriend, and a mother who's slowly falling into alcoholism. As well as a robot and the new Global Guardians, whose success rate and popularity fall way short of the original Global Guardians. But once again, this was an absolutely compelling, interesting read. Part drama, part superhero adventure, with a young man who's very new to the superheroing aspect, and whose powers are still properly manifesting. He's called himself Invincible, but time and time again he comes across situations where he's really putting that name to the test. Booktastic. Going into spoiler territory now, like as I said, I've been watching the show at the same time, or have been, and I've been comparing how the two differ or complement each other. The big difference is that Omni-Man has already been identified as the murderer of the original Global Guardians. There's been a confrontation with Mark where he nearly beat Mark to death, and he's now absconded. He's left the solar system, leaving a very awkward dynamic between Mark and his mother, who both blame Mark for what happened, even though they both know that it wasn't his fault. Whereas in the show, that encounter hasn't happened yet. There's still a bit of the mystery about who killed the Global Guardians, and during Mark's various adventures, Omni-Man is still either present or watching or at home waiting for him to get back. I'll take the invasion by these guys, for example. In the show, we see Omni-Man destroying their civilization effectively, and in the books, he's just missing for a while, having gone through the portal, and he comes back having presumably done the same thing. These guys have come back now in his absence, having now wearing the bracelet that stops them aging, something that was very quickly discovered and destroyed, I think, in the second incursion in the TV show before he wipes out the civilization. So there's inconsistencies between the two there. And despite a new character being added to the Global Guardians, they don't really feature it in this at all until right at the end with the big battle with Machine Head's minions, in which, in the TV show, Monster Girl is gravely wounded, whereas in this, she's barely scratched. So there's quite a few change-ups there. The Mars mission plays out pretty much the same way in both, though one of the astronauts turning out to be a Martian, having replaced him on the planet, does seem to have gone down a slightly different line to what the show alludes to. And the other big change is the two blue guys in the show are broken out of prison by Robot for reasons that I'm still not quite sure of, whereas in the book, this series' version of America Chavez breaks them out. Now, in both the book and the show, Robot is very interested in Monster Girl's DNA, but we've gone down two very different paths, because in the show he enlists the brothers to help with this genetic question, whereas this America Chavez equivalent has them for his own purposes. And finally, in the battle with Machine Head's minions in the show, Mark is very badly injured and hospital bound for his recoveries. In this, he is wounded, he does go and get patched up, but it's more of a case of a few bandages rather than bedbound for a while, having already done all that after his confrontation with his dad, which happened in the previous book. But it's also when he marries some fish princess, which hasn't happened in the show yet. I don't know if it... And the Image Comics Summer Special is only a few pages long, where he fights against one of the minions. They'll then fight again with Machine Head, and it's established that his father's absence is due to him dying in a car crash. And even though it is a lie, he's still dealing with his absence and betrayal. So there you go. Have you read Invincible? Have you been watching it? What do you think about it? If you've done both, How are you finding the differences and similarities? I'm really enjoying it in that just because you've done one doesn't mean the other one is going to be that predictable, because it does all sorts of things in a different order. I'll probably read book 4 before I watch any more episodes, because I think at this point the two have more or less caught up, although the confrontation with his dad is still yet to happen in the show. Comment down below please, but as usual, if you have nothing else to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and other YouTube things if you want. Until next time, see you later.